today we have on for the first time Mo Miller, who's coming off a big win last week. Mo, first off, congrats on the win. How are you feeling after that win?
I'm doing all right. Just healing up,
Yeah.
chilling out.
All right. And before we get more into the fight, I gotta ask, when did you start getting into MMA?
Growing up, I did taekwondo and wrestling.
Okay.
So after college, after I wrestled in college, I kind of just started going to gyms. Well, I was going to gyms during the summer in
Yeah.
between seasons in college, and yeah, I just started training slowly, and then after college, I went right into it.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Sounds good. But how about let's talk about that fight now last week. So before we get into the slam and all that stuff, how's the weight cut down to 135 for you? Like, is it good? Like, were you good for this training camp?
Yeah, I was good. This one was I was heavier at the beginning of fight week than I normally am. I'm still trying to figure out why.
Okay. All right.
So I was a couple pounds heavier than I normally was. So normally I just cruise through the week and be fine. I had to work a little harder this week, but I still made it within time. I didn't need extra time or anything.
Okay. So pretty good weight cut, I guess you would say. Great fight, really great fight.
Appreciate
How
it.
about the training camp though? How would you rank this training camp? Because you looked very good out there.
This was probably my hardest training camp, just for the
Okay.
fact that I had higher level partners
Okay.
this time around. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like every sparring session was hard. Like everyone was I had bigger partners, so it was just tough every day. And like every day, I think that's what was different than
o-
the previous camps.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, so now all week leading up to the fight, is that how you saw the fight playing out? Getting the slam and knocking them out like that?
Yeah.
You did? Yeah.
I didn't
You practiced for that?
nobody really knew it. It was the first one you see was like the hardest.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know, like that's when I was going for it. You know what
Oh,
I mean?
okay.
So like you could
Yeah.
tell, like I knew he wasn't a wrestler, so
Yeah.
I knew I was just gonna be on him from the jump.
Yeah. And you said after the first one, like you felt that yeah, you could like slam him, knock him out. But like before, did you watch any film on the opponent and like and anything pop out and you're like, oh yeah, I could get an easy slam here. Did you watch any film or anything?
Yeah, I watched. It was hard to find film on him, but I could like some of the stuff he did. I could base his level off of.
Yeah.
You know what I
Okay.
mean? Like
Yeah.
I think he faced grapplers in the past, and I think I was better than those guys. You know
Okay.
what I
Yeah.
mean? On the ground at least, and what they were able to get on him, I knew. I didn't know I would get the slam, but I knew if I get that position, that's what I was going for.
Definitely. Definitely. Now, so you got another slam back in February. You finished it with punches. Like this is becoming very common for you now. Like, is that something you worked on while you were training? Like, because you looked really good with doing it.
No, I always did that in wrestling.
Okay. Yeah,
Like
that is true. Yeah, that is true.
you just got to come down with them in wrestling.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So like I always was that was always my favorite return as a lift. You know what I mean? When anybody stand up, like my very first MMA fight, you won't find that online. I could send you a video, but it was an 18-second slam knockout.
Oh my
Yeah.
God. Wow. Yeah,
26.
this is getting very common for you. It's crazy. Like you don't see it very often. Like when the UFC, when you see it, like it's a big highlight reel and stuff. Like when if you get to the UFC and you do this, like you're gonna be all over.
That's
Like
50 G's.
yeah, that's 50
Yes,
G's
sir.
exactly, man. Exactly. Yeah. Speaking of your opponent though, Regivaldo Carvalho, what did you think of him? Did you think he was your toughest opponent yet to the date?
uh, he he could have been.
Okay.
He could have been like people were underestimating him, but he just came off two Bellator finishes. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? And then you see the people he had in his corner. Like he was a sniper. Like on his stand up, I knew he wasn't a combo type of guy, but like he was real accurate, and he's a sniper and long. So I knew like if I made a mistake, that he could catch me. You know what I mean? Look at the people he had in his corner.
That
Like
is
you know what he's doing.
yeah.
Yeah. And so Mo, you're having a really big 2020 so far. You got 3 wins. What's next for you, and when do you think we can see you back in the octagon?
I'm taking whatever is the biggest opportunity. You know what I mean? Like, so if LFA offer me something, they've been treating me pretty good. You know what I mean? I'll definitely fight for them. But obviously, every fighter's goal is to get to the bigger promotion. You know what I mean? So hopefully,
Yeah.
hopefully they like what they seen. You know what I mean? I just came off 2 good performances against 2 tough guys from in LFA. So I don't know. I'm whoever called me first.
Yeah, I just
Yeah.
want to ask you, so you're 5-0 now, you're looking great. How far do you think you are from like getting in like this the big scene like with Bellator, UFC, all that? Like how far do you think you are from getting in that?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Uh, that guy was a good opponent, being that he fought for a bigger organization and won.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So that shows what level I'm on. So if they like what they see, like I'm just gonna keep doing my part. I just got to keep winning.
Yeah, that is
You know
true.
Yeah.
what I mean? Like I want them to come, but if I keep winning, you know what I mean? Like you can't
Yeah.
deny.
Yeah, that is true. And now, as we know, COVID hit, no fans this year. How do you like it fighting with no fans? Like, is this something you enjoy? Because sometimes you hear, like, you can hear the commentators and fighters are like, oh, that actually helped me. Like, how do you like it with no fans? Do you enjoy it more or no?
Yeah, I'm starting to.
Okay.
Like I like it's a relaxed environment. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And like I'm always zoned in with fans or without, but without fans, it's like it's pretty relaxed. Like I don't hear the commentators myself. Some people probably do, but like I'm still zoned in. I just hear my coach and I just go. So
Yeah, I remember I forgot who the fighter was, but in the someone in the UFC said he could hear the other people's corner, and it like he said it ended up helping him surprisingly, and he got the win. But
well, this they were Brazilian,
yeah, that is yeah.
so
So
I
you
didn't know what they were talking
yeah,
about. But
but,
Mondo's corner, uh, I I did hear his coach.
okay,
So my first fight with LFA, I did hear his coach,
okay,
but I didn't get too much distracted by it.
yeah, sounds good on that. And so now when COVID hit, like, was this something you wanted to take advantage of? Like, did you train more? Because when we watch your fights, we see the improvement, and you were very active this year. You had 3 fights. Like, is this something you wanted to take advantage of the minute like obviously not the minute you found out, but like when it started to like slow down and fights were coming back on? Is that something you wanted to take advantage of and get more fights in this year?
Yeah, I knew once everything slowed down, people would slow down. You know what I mean? The
Yeah,
fighters would slow down. Like, so it really shows you who's who. You know what I mean? Like, who can? I know people's circumstances are different, but I didn't have the best circumstance. You know what I mean? So like, you just if there's something you really want, nothing should be able to like slow you down. Like I wasn't sitting around. I was so when the opportunities came, like I took them. So the people, if you weren't preparing for the opportunities, if they came your way and you weren't ready, then
Yeah.
and that's something they got to deal with. You know what I
yeah,
mean? So I didn't want to feel like that. I didn't want to have a big opportunity come to me and then I not be ready.
yeah.
You
That
know
is
what I mean?
Yeah.
yeah, definitely.
Yeah, so one of the last things here, so your teammates with a lot of good fighters like just Guy, Stipe, how much does this help you? How much do you learn from them?
Jessica isn't with us anymore,
Oh,
but I used to travel with her uh, with to her fights in the UFC. You know what I mean? I got to
Oh,
go
okay.
backstage with her, so that experience. Shout out to her for that. Like I got to see everything and be backstage and see how they work, and
yeah,
that was
Oh,
cool.
okay. That's cool.
Stipe, I get to see. basically what it takes to be a world champ every day. You know what I mean? So I'm blessed and lucky to be around him and see and actually get to be in the same building as someone who accomplished what I want to accomplish. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? So like I get a lot from both those people actually.
Yeah, what did you think of his last fight against DC? He looked very good, man. He came back from the first fight. He won the rematch. What did you think of his third fight though, where he won too? He looked very good.
Yeah, I think he just proved he was the better fighter.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? Like you fight so many times and then we get two of them. And, you know what I mean? I think he just proved he's a better fighter.
yeah, definitely.
Yeah. So last thing here. So one of the things we like to do with our interviews is just getting fighter predictions. So 2020 has been crazy. I mean, we just saw Nate Robinson box Jake Paul, and yesterday news came out that Logan Paul is now fighting Floyd Mayweather in February. So what's your prediction for this fight? And are you giving Logan Paul any chance in this contest at all?
Uh, maybe not a chance to win, but he got a chance to do well.
Okay.
I think because he's a bigger guy. You
Yeah.
know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like Mayweather got skills, obviously, but like I think if Mayweather went in there and wanted to just starch him, he could. But
Yeah.
if he
Yeah.
wanna, but if he want to give it a show, I think Logan Paul can have some moments just because he bigger and longer and he more like he crazy in there. You know what I mean? But
Yeah.
I think Floyd can catch him whenever.
Yeah,
So I
Yeah, and
think
what you think about the both fights actually? What do you think about the Jake Paul versus Nate Robinson and the Roy Jones
Tyson.
and Tyson? Yeah, I
uh,
could not remember his name for a second.
I thought Tyson and Roy Jones was a good show. I
Yeah.
thought that
Yeah,
was fun to watch, and I thought that brought people from multiple generations. You know what I mean? Like, so I think that was a good fight for us for 2020. Nate Robinson and Nate and Paul. I wouldn't. Nate shouldn't have took that fight. You know what I mean? Like, just because
yeah,
Paul is a bigger guy. You know what I mean? And
yeah,
wrestles. He's used to one-on-one sports. You know what I mean? He's used to being able to compete in one-on-one environments, and Nate was just trying something out. You know what I
yeah.
mean? So
Okay.
I think he underestimated it, and Paul got lucky. He got served a
Yeah.
good one.
Yeah, that was a freaking crazy knockout. And could you imagine the scenes though if Logan Paul beat Floyd Mayweather and gave him his first loss this year? Like that would just be
Right.
insane. I don't know.
That's what I'm saying. Like I don't think he's. That's what I'm saying. He'll definitely go to knock Floyd Mayweather out. He
Yeah.
just don't have the skill to to last long. If Floyd wanted to get him out of there, but if Floyd play with him, I definitely think he gonna land something. You know
Yeah,
what I
well,
mean?
definitely. That's gonna be a very interesting fight. Well, man, thank you for coming on. It was really great speaking with you. And if you want to thank anyone, shout out any social media, the floor is yours, man.
Thank you for having me. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter at Mo underscore Miller Milla, and stay tuned for the Mo Show
We can't wait, man. Thank you for coming on. It was great speaking with you.
for
Awesome,
sure.
man.
Have a
Thank
good
you.
one, man. Thanks you.
Make sure you guys follow us on Twitter and Instagram, both at KSMMA. Also, where we be posting these interviews on YouTube, KSMMA, and can't wait to see you guys next time. Peace.